So today we're going to talk about a bold statement I made and a competition nobody is talking about. Yet I think it's the most important. And we'll get into that next.
OGR.
So, before I get into the bulk of the article, which obviously you can see it's going to be about John Jalapio and Spencer Pulley, touching on Odell Beckham Jr. real quick. This is what I think about his GQ interview. A bunch of hot air. It's a joke. I could really care less what Odell Beckham Jr. says about the Giants. I have no more time or breath to waste on him. When Cleveland eventually does implode, I might waste a video or two on that. Moving on. I made the bold statement the other day that Daniel Jones would be the day one starter. Pat Shurmur comes out today and says, Eli Manning's getting ready to have a great year, and Daniel Jones is getting ready to play. If the Giants do not hold an open QB competition, I think that is ridiculous. Eli Manning needs to go out there and earn his job all over again. If he is the same player that everybody thinks he is, he should stomp Daniel Jones. There shouldn't even be a question of a QB competition. You just don't give the job to somebody. I'm sorry, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. Not at Eli's advanced stage, no. Right now, you're sitting on an 8-week rental. And if the Giants lose back-to-back games in the first 8 weeks, which is a possibility just in the first two, if we lose at Dallas and we lose home against the Bills, guess what? I want to see Daniel Jones week 3. You got an 8-week rental because I'll tell you right now, Eli Manning isn't finishing the season as the Giants' starting QB, barring getting on this roll and possibly bringing us to the playoffs, which I don't see it right now. I could be wrong. Moving on. Spencer Pulley, John Jalapio. Obviously, we acquired Spencer Pulley after he was cut by the Chargers last year, and then obviously John Jalapio went down last year after being named the starter, went down after week 2 and was injured. Even though, despite having a pretty high PFF grade, he was actually the bright spot on our offensive line last year. But Spencer Pulley came in and did an honorable job. He was, I believe, 31st in total snaps by centers, which obviously he didn't get a shot till later in the season. Then obviously he was only accredited 1 penalty. Like, he does not have a ton of penalties as a center. And as like Ozzie Newsome says, the reemergence of the 3-4 defense, there's more onus put on the center position. Especially being able to block that nose tackle, being able to chip with guards on either passing plays or run plays. In some cases, if you're an athletic center, being able to pull or even be able to take on that blitzing middle linebacker or safety coming up the middle. You know, a lot of times that falls on the center to do. And obviously, being able to help call out the protections as well or spot out. Either way, right now, Spencer Pulley's making about $2.5 million, and John Jalapio is making about $650,000. I don't see how everybody's just awarding this to John Jalapio. Right now, there is a legit competition between him and Spencer Pulley, and I'm curious to see which one will win. A lot of people, want to make the big deal about the third wide receiver position on offense. They want to talk about maybe the possibility of a competition which now has been erased by Pat Shurmur. This is the next competition that you guys should be watching. John Jalapio or Spencer Pulley. Either way, it's been one giant rebuttal. Please like and subscribe. And Ethan, take me home.
Go Big Blue.